What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. The quiet period for Intellivision Amico is potentially officially coming to an end. But what? Bankruptcy? Like what the hell?
Smash JT.
If it's your first time to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell for notifications, leave a comment. I appreciate every single one of you coming through here with the effort that I make for these videos. Yesterday, I was walking through here and ended up with a tick crawling on my arm when I got home. And man, that really freaked me out. And it made me not want to come do these hikes anymore because, I mean, God, they don't even do anything. Look at that. Anyway, I'm off track. But yeah, creepy, freaked me out. So on DJC Game Studios Amico Forever podcast, and shout out to the retro bro that gave me the heads up on this. Apparently, John Alvarado was in the chat. And John Alvarado said that they are thinking that the quiet period could be coming to an end later this month, May 2022. Now, that's all the information I have. I don't know. I didn't watch it. I mean, full disclosure, I can't. It's really cringe. It's painful to try to sit through an Amico Forever podcast with the blatant hypocrisy, cringe fest, ignorance, whatever you want to call it. These people that are just living this dream world that is not reality whatsoever. I tried to be honest with them. I tried to level with them, and I tried to put my feelings out there, and all DJC did was block me. All Mike Mullis, who was not on that time, was block me. All a bunch of these people did was block me. Not all of them, but a bunch of them did. That's the type of people they are. If you are negative against the Intellivision Amico, they don't want to hear it, and they will block you. They don't want to hear other perspectives. Which is fine. Everybody has the right to hear what they want to hear and create their own echo chambers. Not going to argue with that, but I just want to get the facts out there because that's something that these people sorely lack in their coverage of the Intellivision Amico. John Alvarado is saying the quiet period coming to an end. What are my thoughts on that? I don't know. When I was privately chatting with Retro Bro about this earlier today, my first thought was, oh, what's that mean? Bankruptcy announcement? Like, that's literally the... What else would it be? They're not going to have an angel investor. They're not going to have magically just grow money on trees. Tommy's not going to use his money to save this company, because if they would have done that already. There's nothing. Like, this is... I don't know. I think that's why it's so intriguing. Still... People are like, oh my God, why are you still making Intellivision Amico videos? Why are you still covering it? It's just a hunk of plastic. It's like, yeah, it is. But that's what's so fascinating about it is this company, these snake oil salesmen swindled $17 million plus out of investors and produced nothing besides a fake box and a bunch of dev kits. What, 3 or 4 dev kits? 5? I don't even know how many dev kits they made, but they have yet to produce a retail consumer ready console to this point. 4+ years later after announcement of the console. It's intriguing. I think a lot of people want to see how and when the story ends. And my initial reaction was, this is going to be a bankruptcy announcement later in May. But it's just weird because why the hell would John Alvarado even bother going on to Amico Forever to pre-announce that? Like, what's the benefit of that? I don't know. A lot of this doesn't make sense. A lot of it's really confusing. And I don't know. I don't know what else to say at this point. I'm a broken man. I believed in Tommy. I believed in the team over in Intellivision. A lot of hardworking people that I met. And I was lacking on my research. Once I actually thought that I had a connection, I invested money into it. And then broken promises, months pass, nothing but more lies on top of lies and empty promises. And then finally, I start doing a little bit of research on the company and I see I see the other side. I see the videos of Tommy promising not just me like he did behind closed doors, but everybody recorded on video that they are on the launch pad, ready for takeoff. And they just need that last extra bump to get over the hurdle and produce these consoles. Lies, more lies. And then they enter a quiet period, a convenient quiet period that really served no purpose. The lie again. Oh, we're entering a quiet period for potential stakeholders and investors to work in partnerships with BS. I call BS. I don't want to keep going. That's probably where I got the tick last time. I call BS on that because why do you need a quiet period for that? Why? I think the reality was the company was up a creek without a paddle. They were screwed. And they wanted to minimize public chatter because anything that anyone said that had any kind of rational thought in their brain was steer clear of the scam company. All they do is produce lies, not consoles. That's the one thing they can create is lies. And that was something they wanted to avoid. So they wanted to go into a quiet period to avoid people talking about the Intellivision Amico for, what's it been, 4 or 5 months now? 4 months? I don't even know. Something like that. And now this arbitrary, later this month, John Alvarado says the quiet period may be coming to an end. Ironically, in May. I don't know what to take from that, because the last time they made a promise on date was it Phil Adams saying that later this month, and was it February or March, that they were going to reveal the release date of the console and a manufacturing date. That was the big thing, a manufacturing date, and nothing. And then a couple days after he made the promise, he came out with a basic cookie cutter, sorry, we didn't give you the information we promised, we're going into a quiet period. Like, it was a load of BS again. So here are the two options that I foresee coming from this end of the quiet period, if they are to be believed, and if John Alvarado is more trustworthy than Phil Adam with his words. And he uses the word may, so it's not a definite. He didn't make a promise. I want to be clear on that. Like Phil Adam made a promise that he would definitely have a date for people. So John used some wiggle words to get out of it in case nothing happens. But two things coming from this that I foresee is, one, they straight up just announce bankruptcy and dissolve and say they're filing, what is it, Chapter 11 and auctioning off anything of value. That's one angle. The other angle is that they somehow, some way have secured a contract to produce at least the initial run of these consoles. It's such a blunder of mismanagement to get to this point that it's really hard to give any kind of professional opinion on what they're going to do, because their logic has been so ass backwards the whole way to get here that saying something logically about what will happen is probably the last thing that is going to happen. They raised the price of the console to be more than double the initial quoted price from Tommy Tallarico. It went from $150 to $180 to now over $300. And now the consoles are not going to include 2 controllers unless you start spending, what was it, $330 or something to get the second controller? I mean, at that point, why not just start charging $1,500 a console and just hand make each one of them? I think the biggest problem is they went too big, too fast. They wanted the back-end store, functional, high scores ability with the internet connection, and then the games. on RFID. What? No, not what are they? Blockchain. I don't even know what the hell is on those cards that are quote unquote potentially games at some point. They did too much. And maybe that's attributed to Tommy just being overly passionate and having way too much excitement and wanting to put all the bells and whistles, like aforementioned many times before. I think it was No Swear Gamer that first said it, but maybe it was Genovi or someone else. The Homer Simpson car, where Tommy Tallarico is just like, I want a horn here, and here. You can never find your horn when you're angry. Like, I feel like that's what the Amico turned into, where you just wanted all the bells and whistles, and then once you got them all, he wanted to put lights on it, he wanted to have rumble, the gyroscope, he wanted to have NFT RFID cards, he wanted to have collector stuff, he wanted to have high scores, he wanted, like, all this stuff. 2 controllers, had to come with 2 controllers, screens on the controllers, like, you name it. Anything that could go on it, Tommy was trying to put on this thing. And you can attribute that to Tommy being overpassionate, if you want to be positive about it, or you can attribute it to Tommy being a snake oil salesman trying to sell anything to everybody. So it just include anything he could just to sell it on people, to invest in it, knowing full well that it would not come to fruition at the end of the day. I think that's where the controversy with Tommy comes into play. And I think I know where I stand right now. There is some room, but like I said before, they need to prove it now. It's not on me. I'm not taking blame for this from them. I'm not going to promote it for them. They need to step up to the plate and do something. It's a roundabout way of getting back to the original point of the quiet period is ending. The hell are they going to talk about after it ends? I don't know. But there's no reason to end the quiet period unless they have a big announcement to make. Whether it's they've been acquired, or they're going into bankruptcy, or they've secured funding from Sudesh again, or someone to be able to mass produce at least the initial 2,600 units. It's anyone's guess at this point. If people are coming from my opinion, if I had to bet, I would think that they somehow, some way secured funding for the initial batch of units. I don't know why I have faith in that. I don't know. I feel like that's the most logical reason to come out of a quiet period. Because otherwise, if they were going to announce bankruptcy, they would just announce bankruptcy and dissolve. John Alvarado wouldn't be going on a podcast. He wouldn't be telling people that that's what the future holds. Like, I think the most logical thing is there's a potential positive here for holdouts of getting a launch of the Intellivision Amico. But time will tell. We shall see. And you guys know I will keep you posted. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think that this quiet period is going to be about when it ends. And put your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, you stay smashing. Smash